Good morning, everyone. Um, we're here on November 13th, 2025, for a public hearing on changes to various Town of Barnstable permit and program fees for the Community Services Department. Um, the divisions within that are the Golf Hyannis Youth and Community Center and Recreation Program, the Town Managers Department, with specific divisions of licensing program, and Marine and Environmental Affairs Department within the Marina program, the Planning and Development Department within the Parking Management program, and our police department. And so these proposed fees, if approved, would take effect on January 1st, 2026. And we're holding this hearing today at 11 a.m. The hearing can be viewed on the Barnstable Xfinity Channel 8 or High Definition Channel 1072, as well as on Zoom. And those wishing to provide public comment may do so by accessing the meeting via the Zoom link or the telephone number that's provided in the hearing notice. Okay. And all the information will be provided and available on the town manager's webpage on the Town of Barnstable website. Okay. So, and it has been, it got posted there in November, and then ultimately the outcomes of the hearing decisions will be posted as well. All right. So now the way that we proceed with this, I will review, um, following a spreadsheet, each of those respective departments and divisions. I will at that point ask the Director of Finance if he has any comments relevant to the proposed fees. I will ask the department head or their designee to make any comment, to provide any additional support that they may want to. I will take public comment relevant to the proposed fees. And then I will take the fees under advisement for 30 days. And within that 30-day period, I will act on the fees in one of three ways. I will either approve as proposed, I will approve modified to something less than proposed, or I won't take any action at all. And I'll let you know that, but and that would mean that the fee would stay as it currently exists. Okay? So one of those three actions will be taken. So Mark Mill, just so you know, by December 12th, you will have a decision relevant to these that you can certainly move forward with in your budget development and your revenue assumptions. Okay? So probably by the subsequent day, you'll have that. That's standard. That's the way we've been doing them for quite a while. All right. So here we are. We'll proceed with 2026 proposed calendar year fee changes. The first category of fee changes occurs within our Community Services Golf Enterprise Fund. Uh, and there are numerous changes. Again, these changes would go into effect January 1st, 2026. The residential annual pass is proposed to go up by $160 from $1,335 to $1,495. The residential additional household member pass will go up by $160 from $995 to $1,155. The resident super senior 80 plus pass will go up by $82 from $668 to $750. The resident Hyannis only pass will go up from $995 to $1,075. That's an $80 increase. The resident young adult 18 to 26 years old will go up by $60 from $750 to $810. The resident student, which is 18 to 22, will go up by $25 from $325 to $350. The resident junior, which is years age 7 to 17, will go up by $15 from $180 to $195. Non-resident annual pass will go up by $210 from $1,940 to $2,150. The non-resident additional household member pass will go up by $210 from $1,335 to $1,545. The non-resident super senior 80 plus pass will go up by $160 from $1,335 to $1,495. The non-resident Hyannis only pass will go up by $100 from $1,095 to $1,195. The non-resident young adult 18 to 26 pass will go up by $145 from from $750 to $895. The non-resident student 18 to 22 will go up by $75 from $325 to $400. The non-resident junior 7 to 17 will go up by $45 from $180 to $225. Moving on to from passes to driving range. Resident single, an annual pass for the driving range is being eliminated. It's currently $300. Resident additional household member from $225, it's being eliminated. Non-resident single, it's $365, it's being eliminated. Next category, annual pass holder cart fees, free tax. 18 holes, staying the same. 9 holes, staying the same. Going through these, I don't see any changes in that category. Therefore, there's no need for me. The current rates will apply. When we get to justification, if I miss something there, I'll allow Chris Canella or his designee to explain. Non-resident green fees at Old Barnstable Fairground from May 15th to August 30th, $5 increase from $80 to $85. From May 15th to August 30th after 1 p.m., Sunday through Thursday, going up by $5 from $55 to $65. From August 31st to October 11th, going up by $5 from $80 to $85. Twilight and early back 9, September 1st to May 14th, going up by $5 from $30 to $35. And twilight and early back 9, May 15th to August 30th, going up by $5 from $35 to $40. Moving on to non-resident green fees in Hyannis. May 15th to August 30th, it's going up by $3, $67 to $70. August 31st to October 11th, $3, $67 to $70. Resident green fees at Old Barnstable Fairgrounds. Opening day, which is mid-March to April 30th, it's going up by $5 from $30 to $35. May 1st to May 14th, it's going up by $5 from $35 to $40. May 15th to September 7th, after noon, after 12, Monday through Thursday only. It's going up by $10, $45 to $55. September 8th through October 11th, Monday through Thursday, it's going up by $5 from 40 to 45. October 12th through the close of the year, usually mid-November, it's going up by $5 from 30 to 35. Resident green fees in Hyannis, opening through, again, opening is mid-March through April 30th, increasing by $5, going from 25 to 30. May 1st to May 14th, $5, 30 to 35. May 15th to September 7th, after 12, Monday through Thursday only, $5, 35 to 40. September 8th through October 11th, $5, $35 to $40. And October 12th through closing day mid-November, $5 from 25 to 30. Miscellaneous fees, both courses, a range bucket large, it's going up by $2 from $10 to $12. Range bucket small, it's going up by $1 from $6 to $7. Old Barnstable Fairground Twilight and Early Back 9, it's going up by $5 from 30 to 35. Old Barnstable Fair Twilight and Early Back 9 from May 15th to August 30th is going up by $5, 35 to 40. All right, so at this point, I will stop there. I will ask Mark Milne, Finance Director, if Mark has any comments on these proposed fees.
Thank you, Manager Ells. I just wanted to comment that, being an enterprise fund operation, this operation is responsible for covering 100% of its costs currently. And these proposed fee increases will allow us to stay the course, so to speak. And we have a large new debt service payment coming on the books soon for the rebuilding of the Hyannis Clubhouse, and continued operating cost increases for managing the turf at the courses. They continue to rise, and these will allow us to maintain a self-supporting enterprise operation for the golf courses. That's it. Thank you. And I believe the golf committee supported these.
Thank you, Director Milne. Director Ganella, do you have anything to add to the overview that I and Mark have just provided?
Yes, good morning, Manager Ells. Yes, Mr. Milne, they were approved unanimously by the Golf Committee on October 5th, and I'm going to defer to Director of Golf Operations, Jesse Seck, for some additional rationale.
Thank you, sir. Morning, everyone. So the current FY26 golf expense budget represents a 6.4% increase over FY25, well over $200,000 of an increase. Aside from personnel budgets increasing due to contractual obligations, we continue to see increased costs associated with our environmentally sustainable land management plan. Costs of organic fertilizer, grass seed, the organic treatments that we use, they continue to rise, as does the cost of utilities, replacement equipment, and all materials associated with golf operations. For the 2026 calendar year season, we are requesting these increases to help offset these costs associated with operations personnel, and very notably, as Director Milne pointed out, the brand new debt service for the newly renovated clubhouse at Hyannis Golf Course. We anticipate these new increases will yield an approximate revenue increase of about $270,000.
All right. Thank you both for that additional information. I will note to the public that the environmental stewardship of our golf courses by our department and division are commendable. We are recognized now. Jesse, what's the formal designation we just got? I think we're only one of two.
We're one of three on Cape Cod. We are Audubon certified as an Audubon sanctuary golf course. It's us, Hyannisport, and Falmouth Country Club.
Well done. Thank you. Keeping this when keeping protection of our water resources and our more general environment is key to all we do. And certainly thank you, golf course, for continuing to lead the way in this. Moving on, is there any public comment on these proposed fees?
There's no public comment at this time.
All right, thank you very much, Sarah.
Manager Els, if
Yes, sir.
Jesse, if you would, will you just for the public, because Mr. Els had started talking about the driving range, will you just give us a 2 sentence so public who's viewing this can identify what we're doing moving forward? Thank you.
So we're procuring two range ball dispensing machines. So no longer will somebody have to go into the pro shop to get their bucket. This is going to cut down on all kinds of waiting and labor. Basically, you can go directly right to the machine on the driving range, use a credit card there or a prepaid card, and get range balls that way. That is part of the reason we're eliminating the range pass. That range pass has been really, we've been getting taken advantage of, frankly. It's costing us a lot of money. And this is a perfect chance with the machines coming in to have a fresh start with the range. It'll be a lot more profitable, pay for what you use, basically.
Well, thank you for that justification. Well, at this point, seeing no further discussion on this item, I will take it under advisement. As I initially explained, from here, I take it under advisement for 30 days. Certainly welcome any comment I may receive. At the end of that 30-day period, I will take the action of either approving as proposed, approving at a lesser amount, or not approving, and that would mean that the current rates would stand. Seeing no further discussion, I will move on to the Hyannis Youth and Community Center proposed fee increases. The proposed fee increases begin with ice rink rental hourly, ice rink hourly price matrix is actually a 3-tiered fee that we charge. Those fees will be going up by the hour $25. And the 3 tiers are $225, $250, and $275. Those will be going to $250, $275, and $300. Dry rink rental hourly is going up by $25 from $125 to $150. Dry rink rental daily is going up by $250 from $1,250 to $1,500. Public skate and other offerings. Adult admission is going up by $1 from $8 to $9. Student admission, $1 from $6 to $7. Senior admission, $1, $3 to $4. Skate rental, $1 from $6 to $7. Rock night, $2 from $6 to $8. And stick practices, adult, child, high school, 18 plus and coaches, it's going up by $2 from $12 to $14. Punch cards, adult, going up by $10 from $80 to $90. Student, $10 from $60 to $70. Seniors, $10 from $30 to $40. Stick practice, again, adult, child, high school, 18 plus and coaches, is going up by $20 from $120 to $140. Skate sharpening, we're adding $70 fee. Walk-on freestyle, $160. Gym rental hourly, full gym, $10 from $110 to $120. Half court gym, $10 from $70 to $80. Full gym nonprofit rate, $10 from $85 to $95. Half court gym nonprofit rate, $10 from $55 to $65. And then gym covered floor event fee, $250 from $1,250 to $1,500. So at this time, I will ask Director Milne if he has any comments relevant to these proposed fee changes at the Hyannis Youth and Community Center.
Thank you, Town Manager Els. This is another enterprise fund operation for the town of Barnstable. This one in particular is heavily subsidized by the town of Barnstable. The operating budget receives a subsidy of over $1.4 million a year. And the reason for that is to make sure that we can make this facility affordable. And I believe these fee increases will allow us to continue allowing this community to be affordable to our community, but also mitigate any increase in the general fund tax support that the facility may need for the next fiscal year. The anticipated revenue from these fee increases should cover most of the cost increases that we anticipate. Our costs continue to rise, and so these fee increases for those reasons are necessary. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Director Milne. Director Ganella, do
Yes,
you have
thank you.
any additional, or your designee, do you have any additional justification for these fees?
I just wanted the public to be aware that we have reached out to all three of our major youth organizations back in September and let them know that we were going to make this suggestion, which affects over 1,000 families. And the rec commission approved most of these fees that we are suggesting today. And I defer to Mark Borley, the Hyannis Youth and Community Center manager, for the rest of the rationale.
Thank you all. Just wanted to go over this. The FY26 operating expense went up about 3% from the last year's budget. Many factors associated with this, including the cost for our union contracted personnel, rising costs of supplies, increased costs of natural gas, electricity, and also implementing pay increases to our seasonal staff over the next 3 years to remain competitive with other employers to provide those staff and returning staff with raises. The major increases to the hourly fee on the ice. We last increased those on January 1, 2003. And I believe all these increases keep us very comparable with all the local facilities that service the same populations that we do and same activities that we provide here at the HYCC. And as mentioned, the anticipated revenue increase would be about $79,000 from all these fee increases. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. Is there any further discussion? I actually have a question, then I'll move to public comment.
Sure.
So under the category of public skate offerings, student admission and rock night, is there any merit to looking to not charge Barnstable kids if they wear their ID or they are able to verify to encourage them to come to their community center and participate? Just a curiosity question. I always want to engage the youth in a meaningful way, and I'm always concerned about barriers, financial barriers for the kids who need to be there the most. So can you just comment on that?
We haven't kind of talked about that internally, but I will say nobody's ever turned away here at the HYCC. We do, when we see kids who are in need, we make sure we get them out and participating. And if you've ever been out to the HYCC for a rock night, not only kind of is rock night held specifically in the rink, but we have an overflow of participants who use the facility, not just on the rink level, but they'll come up, they'll be in the gym, they'll be in the game room, they'll be partaking in other things that are at the facility. And like I said, we'll never turn a kid away if they can't afford it, especially if they're a Barnstable resident. But that is something we can look at internally and move to change in the future if we choose so.
Well, I'd like you to look at it. I certainly want to see our youth using that as their facility I felt strongly about that since it was built and certainly as town manager. And I know sometimes a pricing structure as an enterprise fund makes that challenging, quite honestly, because we are tasked with generating revenues to offset expense. But, I think there's a balance there. So sure, I think that in future considerations, I'd like you to look at the actual revenue generated there and provide me feedback on kind of the intangible non-financial benefit of getting every kid in there in a safe and welcoming environment. Okay, Mark?
Gotcha. Thank you. Will do.
Yes, sir. Okay. Director Ganella, do these go before the Recreation Commission and were they supported?
All went through the rec commission and were supported. There was a little bit of a non-agreement on the gym fee for the gymnasium fees. But Mark and I looked at the fees associated with Barnstable High School and their rentals, and I believe we're about $42 cheaper than them. It doesn't include custodial rates that they have to charge to cover 4-hour minimum. So we are well in line with the facility use, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. At this time, I'll ask if there's any public comment on the fees.
No public comment at this time.
Okay, seeing none, as I've described in the past, unless someone else has a comment, I will take these under advisement for 30 days. And as previously stated, I will either approve as proposed, approve for something less than proposed, or not approve at all, and they will remain as they currently are. Thank you, Community Services Department. I appreciate your presence here. That concludes your department's request. Moving on to Marine and Environmental Affairs, Marina Enterprise Fund. We'll initially review the slip contract rates. Looking at Barnstable residential slip 1 to 34, 27 foot, minimum fee per foot is going up by $5 from 175 to 180. Barnstable non-residential slip 1 through 34, 27 foot minimum fee per foot is going up by $5 from 205 to 210. Barnstable resident slip 35 to 53, 21 foot minimum fee per foot. It's going up by $5 from 135 to 140. Barnstable non-resident slip 35 through 53, 21 foot minimum fee per foot. It's going up by $5 from 165 to 170. Barnstable resident slip 54 through 70, 16 foot minimum fee per foot. It's going up by $5 from 110 to 115. Barnstable non-resident slip 54 through 70, 16 foot minimum fee per foot is going up by $5 from 140 to 145. Barnstable resident small craft is going up by $100 from 900 to 1,000. Barnstable non-resident small craft is going up by 100 from 1,100 to 1,200. Gateway resident 21 foot minimum fee per foot is going up by $5 from 135 to 140. Gateway non-resident 21 foot minimum fee per foot is going up by $10 from 160 to 170. Changing category, transient rates, all marinas. In season, May 1st to October 31st, recreational fee per day is going up by 25 cents from $3.25 to $3.50. That concludes the proposed fee changes. At this time, I'll ask Director Milne if he has any comments relevant to these proposed fee changes.
Thank you, Town Manager Ellis. I would support these requested fee changes. This is another enterprise fund of the town of Barnstable with the current expectation that it maintain its self-sufficiency. These fee proposals will allow us to continue to maintain a self-supporting enterprise fund operation. There is a capital program necessary in this operation over the next few years, which is going to require additional revenues in order to support anticipated debt service on that capital program. So that's the really main reason for these fee increases in the Marina Enterprise Fund operation. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Director Mill. Director Lawson, do you or your designee have comments or additional justification relevant to the proposed fees?
Good morning, Manager Ells. Derek Lawson, Marine Environmental Affairs. Yes, and I just wanted to add that the Waterways Committee did support these fee changes. And with further rationale, I'll ask Harbor Master Brian Taylor.
Okay, Brian.
Good morning, Brian Taylor, Harbor Master. As Mark indicated, Marina Enterprise debt is projected to increase due to capital improvement projects. The proposed fee increase will help offset some of the costs. A phased approach of fee increases was carefully vetted through Waterways. We engaged with the slip holders and invited them to multiple meetings, as well as members of the public. This is year 2 of the 3-year phase. And as Derek indicated, Waterways Committee supported the request. I'd be happy to answer any questions if you have them.
Okay. Seeing no further discussion on these proposed fee changes, is there any public comment relevant to these proposed fee changes?
There's no public comment at this time.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Okay. As in previous proposed fees, I'll take these under advisement for 30 days. I'll certainly accept public comment during that period, welcome it. I will also ultimately either approve as proposed, approve in a reduced, or not approve, and they will remain the same as they currently stand. Seeing no further discussion, thank you, Director Lawson and Harbor Master Taylor. And I will move on to the next set of proposed fees from our police department. 2 fees proposed by our police department. The first is a new renewal resident alarm permit biannually. And that's going up by $10 from $25 to $35. And then alarm company registration fee annual, it's going up by $10 from $25 to $35. Director Mill, do you have any comment on the proposed fee changes?
It has been a number of years since this has been looked at and adjusted, and the cost of administering our alarm registration program has increased over those many years. And so this fee increase is necessary to cover additional costs of new software, as well as just the annual cost of administering this program. And I support it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. At this time, Ann Spillane, welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah.
Ann Spillane, Finance and Support Services Director at Barnstable Police Department. The Chapter 17 alarm ordinance in the town of Barnstable was adopted in 2004 as a way to address the significant strain of false alarms, both residential and commercial, typically caused by user error or faulty equipment, causing police to frequently and repeatedly respond to the same address for the same reasons previously stated. Each false alarm response requires significant police resources, including personnel, equipment, and fuel. The ordinance requires that alarm users know how to correctly operate their alarm system and to maintain and replace faulty equipment. The ordinance also helps the police department to identify where alarms are installed and with what alarm company. This fee increase is the first increase since the adoption of the alarm ordinance in 2004. The fee increase constitutes a 40% increase by $10 in the biennial residential alarm fee from $25 to $35, and a 40% increase by $10 in the annual alarm company registration fee from $25 to $35. The justification for these increases are that by necessity, the department has recently implemented new alarm software that will assist in managing the administrative and financial aspects of the alarm program, which currently includes approximately 3,000 residential and commercial alarm registrants, as well as 150 alarm companies. This fee change is necessary to fund the increased cost of the new software program. This previous software program is no longer providing software updates to their program and has basically become obsolete and non-functional. Thank you.
Thank you for that update, and it's greatly appreciated, and sounds like it's certainly merited. Is there any public comment at this time on these proposed fee changes?
There's no public comment at this time.
Okay, hearing none, as in the past, I will take them under advisement for 30 days. And as previously stated, I will either approve as proposed, approve at a lesser amount, or not approve, and they'll remain the same as they currently are. Thank you. All right. I guess we're looping back to community services at this point and looking at proposed recreation fees in our community services department. Again, sorry, Director Ganella, I think I told you were all set, but I actually had bumped you down a couple here. But this is our recreation. So looking at parking permit and daily fees, our residential parking permit is going up by $5 from 50 to 55. Our landlord parking permit is going up by $25 from 475 to 500. Our seasonal parking permit is going up by $25 from 350 to $375. Veteran Beach only parking permit is going up by $10 from 100 to $110. A group parking permit for campers is proposed at $150. It currently doesn't exist. Daily Beach Parking Pass is going up by $5 from $25 to $30. And Hathaway's Pond Daily Pass is going up by $2 from $13 to $15. Under the category of field fees, there's no changes. The next category where I see proposed changes occur under program fees for summer tennis, going up by $5 from $80 to $85. Dance is going up $5 from $70 to $75. Volleyball is going up by $5 from $85 to $90. Field hockey is going up by $5 from $75 to $80. Basketball K through 3, $5, 80 to 85. Basketball 4 and 5, $5 from 95 to 100. Basketball 6 and 7, 5 from 95 to 100. Softball Instructional League is going up $5 from 80 to 85. Softball minor and majors, $5 from 100 to 105. Swim lesson water babies and levels 1 and 2 are going up from $5 from 50 to 55. Swim lessons levels 3 to 6, $5, 65 to 70. Swim lessons advanced, $5, 70 to 75. Sailing lessons are going up by $5 from 110 to 115. And junior lifeguards, $5. Junior lifeguarding going from $70 to $75. That concludes the proposed fee changes from our Community Services Department Recreation Division. Mark Milne, Finance Director, do you have any comments on these proposed fees?
Thank you, Town Manager Els. I would just like to point out that most of the new revenue generated from these proposed fees are going to be in our aquatics division. This will allow us to maintain or continue to pay a competitive wage so that we can attract seasonal employees to help manage our aquatic facilities. We also have a continued and projected ongoing beach facility renovation program, and this revenue will help us meet the costs associated with that program. So I would support these proposed fee increases. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Director Ganella or your designee, do you have additional information to support these fees?
Thank you, Town Manager Els. Chris Canella, Director of Community Services. I just wanted to make note for the public record. We had skipped over field fees, and we are actually changing from a 3-hour fee to a 1-hour fee. It's in line with our new registration software, and also the same thing with the community building. So I just wanted to make sure that the public is aware of those changes.
So it's a description change, not a fee change.
It's both, because you're changing the description and then subsequently the fee would change.
Okay,
At
so
$50, it's going to 20 per hour.
Okay, where did I miss that? Oh, I see which, I'm sorry. It just said not NA, not applicable. So let me read those back in. Thank you, Director. Community service building fee, changing to per hour, eliminating annual fees for all groups. Centerville and Barnstable Recreation Building, resident or non-profit with certification. It's currently $10 for 3 hours. It's going to $5 per hour. And then Centerville and Barnstable Recreation Building, non-resident and all other, it's not applicable right now. It's going to $20 per hour. Thank you, Director. I missed that category. Continue, please.
Yes, I just wanted to reiterate what Director Milne had said. I mean, we've looked at all of these costs and fees, and putting forth decision packages to try to get our aquatic and water safety staff competitive with other towns. And I would like to defer to Director of Recreation, John Gleason, for further rationale. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, John Gleason, Recreation Director. Just to go over some other things that weren't already said. Just these increased fees will cover our costs, the supplies as they're continuing to go up. And then, like Chris mentioned, with our new software, to change it by every 3 hours or every hour, it'll make things easier for renters to pay by the hour and not pay for things that they're not using. So, for example, in the past, if they wanted to rent a field for 2 hours, they were charged in a 3-hour block. So this will save some organizations some money to use the fields. So different organizations can get the kids out there playing. With all these increases, we anticipate an approximate revenue increase of $231,000. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I actually have a couple of questions, and then I'll go to public comment. Chris, Director Ganella, can you speak to, and it seems like 2 years in a row now, we've had a traditional opening weekend, but now with Juneteenth occurring typically the week before and the potential for really good weather, can you talk a little bit about operational sorts of potential changes you may be considering relevant to that additional holiday and how it ties into our opening day?
Absolutely, be glad to. The last couple of years, we have historically had great weather on that holiday, and a lot of people are coming down as that's their opening weekend. Historically, recreation is open the third weekend at certain locations, at the third week in June, and then previously on weekends in May. So part of our decision package this year is to have staffing, meaning as many lifeguards, or at least having the bathhouses open starting on Juneteenth moving forward. And additionally, just for the public's knowledge as well, this is like a long year with Labor Day being extended later into the year. So this is what we're trying to do to cover that extra time frame that we're covered, and Labor Day pushes out a week. So these are needed to create revenue to pay that staff. So
Yeah, another, it's more of a comment than, but I do it during the public hearings, hopefully that the public views this. But I very frequently, both by resident and visitor, hear about, especially during our summer, July, August months, the extended day that many people stay well beyond the closing of bathhouses. And at some point, you can certainly say it today, but we really should try to quantify what it would take to keep our bathhouses during our summer season open later. Because though you have done a wonderful job in putting bathhouses out at our many locations, the public stays, especially with good weather, well into the later day. And it would be a wonderful asset for us to be able to keep our comfort stations open. So certainly a broad statement, the more we can communicate why that isn't the case or how it might be the case, how it might be is with more money and resources. But and then if you could just address it quickly here.
yeah, we have gone through an extensive process to get a true cost of service for all of our beach locations, from the normal traditional times to looking at these other things, and it's something we can definitely look at. It also affects the cleaning and servicing of these locations, because that in turn affects the DPW, which is also general funded for it. It's definitely something we've looked into. But again, with the limited amount of staffing we have with gate attendants, not just water safety people, it's something that we're looking at potentially doing. But in the meantime, we are sticking with the portable bathrooms at this time. But we'll look
Understood.
into it more. So
Well, I'll be very interested to hear what the additional cost and what the staffing or contracted implications are of that, because obviously in season, those locations are in demand. Um, thank you. Finally, junior lifeguards, we've spoken briefly about the challenge of staffing and just from my observation, we've gone from well over 100 lifeguards to struggling with bringing in 70 on an annual basis. And I think the demand for our facilities has grown dramatically. And unfortunately, we've had to retract and in many cases close, especially freshwater facilities. Though the public would still do frequent those locations. My question is to junior lifeguarding. I'm curious about the amount of revenue we actually generate, and do you think we may want to look at whether to charge at all for junior lifeguarding, so that we can incentivize any of those youth that may want to participate? And not be a training ground for other towns. Director Canella.
yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head with the training ground for private institutions. But gonna defer to John again on this, Mr. Gleason.
Yeah, I mean, annually every summer, we could have anywhere from maybe 10 to 20 kids in this program that are usually aged out of our swimming lessons, and they do this sort of program at Craigville Beach to get them ready when they reach of age to try to be a lifeguard, to get certified. So, I mean, it's not a lot of money that if we made it free for Barnstable residents, we're talking $500 to $700 probably in total of revenue that would be lost. So yeah, I mean, we've tried to work with the high school of setting up a class so the kids could get certified during their school time for PE credit. We yielded one lifeguard last summer from that class. It started off with 12 to 13 kids. Eventually the kids dropped the class and ended up with about 7 or 8. And from that 7 or 8, we got one. Then it didn't get put into the course of studies for the high school. And we're going to try to get it back for next year. So
Okay.
we're trying to do what we can to make it easy for these kids to get certified.
And is that what age is a junior lifeguard?
So junior lifeguards are usually, depending on how quickly they pass through the swim lesson program, they are, I think it's like 10 to 13 years old or 11 to 14, just shy of being the right age to get certified as a lifeguard.
And where our high school eighth grade um, might have some portion of that age group, and where our high school has a swim team, is that a potential feeder opportunity for us? Um, I get these questions often by the public. That's why I'm asking them.
Yeah, it's a potential. I mean, the high school swim team, as far as I know, has struggled over the years to get enough participants to join a team, and they now co-op with SJP. I'm not sure if anyone else joins in on that team, but I do know there's a large upcoming class right now, kind of fourth through seventh grade of a large number of students. So we're hoping that in the years to come that there'll be more kids interested in trying to become a lifeguard.
Yeah, I agree with that, and anything I'll defer to Director Ganella and yourself, and I will certainly be supportive of you considering some creative ways to incentivize. Um, okay, moving on to public comment. Do we have any public comment on recreation fees?
There's no public comment at this time.
Thank you. So once again, we'll take it under advisement for 30 days. We'll either approve the fees as proposed, approve them reduced, or not approve them, and they will stay as they currently exist. Thank you. That is your last fee today, Director Ganella. Um, moving on. Really, we'll move into the town manager's office, the asset management licensing. We have a proposed fee for open air private parking lots per space. They are going to go up by $6 from $14 to $20. Do we have, Director Mellon, do you have any comment on this proposed fee change?
Town Manager Els, it's been 10 years since this fee has been adjusted, and so I support it. I think it's justified just with the cost of continuing to administer this program over the 10-year period.
Thank you. Licensing.
Thank you, Manager Els.
Yes.
Just a brief history on this. Back prior to 2011, the town had moved from a flat fee to a per space fee. In 2011, the fee was $6 and increased by two to a fee of $8. It then hadn't been changed till 2016 when they moved from an $8 per space fee to a $14 per space fee. Currently, there are 1,125 parking spaces that are open to the public for a fee. So we are proposing an increase from $14 where it is currently to $20. This would be, it's about a 42% increase. Though when we look at it over the span of 9 years, it looks like it's about a 3.65% rate increase of growth per year. So we feel that is reasonable considering cost of inflation, cost of doing business these days. I think just for your purposes, an estimate right now of one space rental for the day is anywhere between $15 and $30 per parking space to the parking lot owner. So we would estimate this may be just over 1 day's worth of revenue for each private parking lot owner.
Okay, thank you.
You got it.
Does this go before licensing, or they don't review fees, correct?
This does not. This is strictly a town manager fee.
Yes, thank you. Okay, seeing no further discussion, do we have any public comment on this proposed fee?
There's no public comment on this fee.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so once again, take it under advisement, 30 days, approve for less, or not approve, and it'll remain as at the rate that it currently exists.
you, sir.
Thank you. Finally, Planning and Development Department parking management. The proposed fees for parking pay station from May 1st to October 15th per hour, 6-hour daily maximum, will go up by $2 from $3 to $5. Parking permit fee rather. Sturgis School parking permits will go up by $25 from $50 to $75. Ocean Street Lot resident parking permit annually will go up by $100 from $100 to $200. Ocean Street business parking permit annually will go up by $100 from $100 to $200. South Street lot resident parking permit annually will go up by $100 from $100 to $200. North Street lot parking permit annually will go up by $100 from $100 to $200. And temporary parking permit and events parking passes will go up by $15. Currently, we're not charging for that, and it'll go to $15. This is a new fee. Director Milne, do you have comment on this?
Thank you, Town Manager Els. And just that I support this requested fee increase, just the basis that the ongoing operating costs of managing our parking management program continue to rise, as well as some anticipated future infrastructure investments that we will need to make. Support is justification for supporting this fee increase. Thank you.
Thank you. Director Cupfer, or your designee, do you have any additional rationale on this?
Yes, good morning, Manager Els, Director of Planning and Development, Jim Kupfer. Today, Planning and Development through Parking Management are proposing an increase in parking rates for the town's pay-to-park lots to better align fees with the current market conditions and nearby private lots. As a reminder, a modest increase was requested and approved in 2024. The parking manager at the time stated, "We will continue to evaluate the market and likely return with an additional increase in 2025. Today, Brian LaCroix, parking manager, is here to discuss those proposed increases. Brian?
Yes, Brian LaCroix, parking manager. We are requesting those fees so that we're better aligned with the private lots down, especially on Ocean Street. We are inundated with calls for parking in our Ocean Street lot and our North Street lot from the businesses, and residents at Ocean Street and also South Street now has come into play since in our busy season we don't have places to put people. We're trying to accommodate businesses such as the post office, all of Main Street, and keep all those businesses, the bid, happy. And in order to do that, we need a little bit better signage and make people more aware of where they can park and how they need to park. And we're trying to manage that. We're also at the end of our timeline on our machines, our kiosks. We have 4 of them, actually 5 of them, that are over 10 years old, and they require a lot of hands-on maintenance and tinkering, and they just require a lot, and it's a huge time expense to our other parking resource officers, and we need to look towards the future of that and get those machines up and online. Other than that, if we look at other towns, P-Town, Orleans, and stuff like that, I think our resident parking is still much lower than theirs. And I think we have the same traffic situations, if not worse than they do. And that's another reason for the fee increases. And the special temporary stuff, just to touch on that, is we spend a lot of time and provide a lot of enforcement and oversight on these festivals and walks and concerts, and and we provide all that at no cost. And we're just trying to recoup some of our costs and paper and time and management. And that's why we're asking for that $15 on those permits, those temporary permits. That's all I have.
Thank you. Yeah, I will note that if the viewing public didn't watch the workshop on events, it's eye-opening. As those have grown, so is the cost, and a couple of the slides illustrate how much it costs to host those. Um, and that's just something that I certainly turn to my departments to be attentive to when we're considering any and all fees, but certainly parking fees. So I do have a question, Brian. We very successfully implemented a license plate reading program at Solid Waste Division. And I'm hoping that over time, we're going to look to do that for any permitted parking that we have, whether it be beaches or, your parking permits. And is that something you're in the process of evaluating?
Well, that's definitely new technology and stuff, and we would like to get involved in that. We haven't. I mean, we've talked about it. We just recently took on a new net tech company that assists us with our parking program. And just those expenses to get that didn't seem to be cost effective at the time, although we are reviewing it and looking at it and discussing it. But we would like to move in that direction. Yes, that is the way of the future. And hopefully, and we went out and we bought a truck for that purposes to also assist in the parking on main streets and in our lots. So we are working that way. We just haven't got there just yet.
Understand and appreciate that you're looking at it. Certainly communicate with DPW as they've recently implemented that at Solid Waste. Okay, do we have any public comment?
No public comment at this time.
Okay, well, at this point, I will take these fees under advisement as proposed. And again, I'll either approve them as proposed, approve them for less, or not approve, and they will remain as they currently exist. That concludes our rate hearings for calendar year 2026 fees. Again, I'm taking these under advisement for 30 days, all proposed fees. I encourage our public to communicate by any and all means. Therefore, I can at least review what your comments are and consider the justifications and then move forward. I do plan to approve these fees, 30 days plus one from now, unless for some reason I find something that's occurred that merits other action, but typically that is the way that it has proceeded. I thank you all, and that concludes our hearing today. Thank you.